Anthony and our podcast back for another episode. Thanks so much for joining us. We're talking about Bill and Melinda Gates' divorce, which has been finalized, and a little bit of a shocking detail in there.
Will it rub me the right way?
Plus, the Osama Bin Laden family has sold their Bel Air estate. We'll tell you for how much. Obama's Martha's Vineyard home is going to be the setting for his 60th birthday bash, which is receiving quite a bit of criticism. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis say they don't believe in bathing their kids that
I think it's
often.
Kutcher.
Kutcher.
Kutcher?
Donald Trump's political organization has amassed a lot of donations. He's raised a lot of funds. We'll talk about how much there. Plus, Molson Coors is killing some of their beer brands. It is National Boob Day, and Kanye's Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
What?
How far did I get?
That last thing after Kanye.
That's
just
it.
went. It went beep 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 beep.
His Mercedes-Benz dungeon.
Dungeon.
Doesn't
look great. His accommodations.
We'll get into it. Bill Gates divorce, Frankie C. I am shocked that this has ended so swiftly. We talked about...
Yeah. Well, you think with all the assets they both have, it'd take a while to divvy that up.
And the fact that a couple of weeks ago we had the story that they were starting to load up on some new lawyers.
I guess they got the good lawyers and they all sat down and ordered some Chinese food and hammered it out.
I think so. According to court documents, the marriage is over. Documents obtained by Fox Business. A judge signed off on their divorce today, putting an end to their 27-year marriage and a saga that began May of 2021.
I don't understand that. People who have almost nothing, it takes them years to get 2 years to get divorced.
Uh-huh.
I guess if you have billions, you could make anything go as fast as you want.
It's strange because I one of the podcasts I consult with is a divorce one. And she was telling me that she's like, this is going on forever. And she told me that Arnold Schwarzenegger's... Oh, sorry. Glitching a little bit.
Hang on. So what we caught was on the podcast you consult for, which is a divorced one, a divorce advice thing. Arnold Schwarzenegger's divorce
Took 10 years.
10 years.
10. It's like still, it's not even really finalized yet. They're in the home stretch, though.
What the? I mean, he's a wealthy guy. I'm sure he can get good lawyers. Why? I mean,
They
I'm sure
have
there's-
it. It's just a disagreement. They're just figuring it all out.
50,
So-
whatever happened to 50-50? Just split it up.
Well, with this, they have a separation agreement. So the filing read from the judge, this marriage is irrevocably broken. The parties should be ordered to comply with the terms of the separation agreement. So the divorce is granted based on the fact that they have this separation agreement. And it's like, we're just going to follow this document and everything that this document says.
So they went in. This was before they got married. They kind of did like not a prenup, but
No,
like a.
it's when they decided to get divorced, they came up with an agreement on how it
Oh,
was
so
gonna
they've been
go.
working on this since whenever they decided to get
Yeah.
divorced.
Yeah, and then they put the divorce in place, and then they just say, so basically that's how it's been expedited. But the mere fact of how many assets they had, the fact that all this Epstein stuff was dribbling out about him, we
Right.
were kind of discovering all this stuff, and the fact that they started hiring other lawyers, additional lawyers, everybody thought that this was going to get ugly and drag out.
Yeah, this
And
seemed
they-
like they were gearing up for some big fight. But why would they even, if they had this agreement in place, why call in extra lawyers? What did they do?
I don't know. I don't
I mean,
know.
it seems like, I mean, I guess whatever you want, but you get in whoever you want. But it seems like they didn't need them.
Could be that it was a play to end it. Maybe that one hired extra lawyers and
All right, here's a question that I don't like. Once you're divorced, all negotiating stops. I mean, it's final. It's over. There's no more. I mean, can you be divorced officially and still battle out assets?
yes.
All right, so maybe they're not done. They're just the relationship part is over. Like
Well,
they're officially divorced, but they still have to divvy up stuff.
most of the time that comes from spousal support or child support. Sorry. No, so-
Got a lot of E's in
No,
that
I'm
one.
just now I'm just messing. Now I'm just messing with everybody as I
Okay.
glitch out. I'm just making Star Wars noises.
Cool.
I am sorry, everybody. But in this particular case, no spousal support, no child support.
Okay. All right.
So there's really no reason to kind of keep it open. Here was the surprising thing that I found in all of this.
Yes.
And it said, so we don't know what the separation agreement says.
Right.
We don't know what it entails. But in finding out that there's no spousal support, no child support, it also said that Melinda will not change her last name. Don't you find that to be odd?
No, that's common. I mean, not. I guess maybe a lot of stuff is in that name, and to go through the hassle of changing everything maybe is a pain in the ass. Also, a lot of people do that. Like when you're, like for example, when my mom got divorced from my dad, she kept after the second one. She kept her last name. She kept his last name until my brother and I were out of the house, and then she changed it back to her maiden name. So maybe she's keeping the name just to make it easier for the kids.
Two things on that.
Yes.
One on Melinda, one on your mom.
One on your mom.
What's weird is the day she announced the divorce on Twitter,
Yeah.
she changed all her social media handles to Melinda French Gates, which was her maiden name.
Okay.
Which kind of gave the implication of once she's rid of Billy Gates, she'd be rid of the Gates name and just be back to her old Melinda French.
Well, implication, but French, is she going by French Gates now?
She is Melinda French Gates on all her social media. She
So
changed all the names.
So it looks like Bill Gates wanted to cut out the MFG from his diet. It's a bad joke.
That was outstanding.
bad
No,
joke.
I enjoyed
Was it good?
it. I
Did you?
thoroughly enjoyed it.
All right.
I really enjoyed that a lot. I mean, it's awful, but I enjoy. I'm not saying it's
All right.
good. I just enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
as long as you enjoyed it, it's fine. That's why I'm here.
MFG. Oh my goodness.
That's what a glass of wine will do to you.
Yeah, I know. You cannot. You can't handle a glass of wine.
This is
You-
literally a half a glass I'm in.
I know. That's what's so sad about it.
It's my Monday Merlot. Can we have Merlot Mondays?
Merlot Mondays with Frankie C. You get a different
Yeah.
Merlot in every Monday.
Well,
Rate
take a
review
look
it.
at. Yeah, what the hell? Like anybody can. It's
Why don't you
red.
give a wine rating right now. Why don't you tip the glass, take a sniff? Why don't you tell everybody what we're dealing with here?
Well, this is from the Napa region of California. And has a wonderful bouquet. And if you swirl it about, you can see the legs on this glass of wine. This Merlot was aged for 7 years. I have no idea what I'm talking
How
about.
many Star Wars shirts out of 5 would you give it?
I give it 3.5 Star Wars shirts.
Okay, that's not
So
bad.
I prefer a sweeter wine. This is a little bitterness to it,
All right.
but it's good.
I'm surprised by this. I'm surprised that she's not. I thought she would be from this name, especially with all the Epstein rumory stuff that we were hearing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but with that, I think she's keeping the kids in mind. I mean, what's the youngest? How old's the youngest? Youngest is 18, just turned 18. That's why I think that's why they decided to do the divorce now. So maybe the youngest is maybe still living with the mom. I think it's just easier to keep the name. I don't think it means anything. I think after a few years she'll probably drop it. I think that's a common thing.
All right. Secondly, I've decided that I am going to do an interview series with your father at some point. It's going to be a 7-part series,
I don't know if you can deal with that. I
an
don't think,
hour each. Not right now. Not this month. Maybe not next month. Maybe not even this year.
I'm gonna tell you, my dad has a lot to say, which he tells me Every time I talk to him on the phone, he goes, "Are you on the radio right now?" I go, "No, no, not right now." He goes, "All right, because I got a lot to say." I'm like, "That's why I don't call you when I'm on the radio."
I learned a new tidbit about your father over the weekend. I will not reveal this here, but I learned a new. I mean, how long have we known each other for?
Almost 30 years, around
30
30
something
years.
years. Yeah. I learned a new thing about your dad, and I've just decided that there's a secret to him that must be unlocked.
It's nothing. You can't reveal it on the air here.
It would be, well, first of all, you don't want to tell the ending of the book, before the book goes on
You
sale.
see,
That's first thing. Second thing, I think it would take me it would take me 7 hours. Not 7 hours. It would take me 4 hours of talking to him to get really comfortable for him to really start opening up and
no, it wouldn't.
telling all the secrets.
Take about 5 minutes for him to open up. He is not shy.
He's just an interesting character. He was always interesting to me, always. But
He's an interesting
the older
character.
I get, and the more I learn, I'm like, this guy, you know, uh,
Losing you
I
there.
know. I'm sorry,
Hold on.
buddy.
Not that I will agree though that my dad is an interesting character, but I don't think it'll take you 4 hours. You ask the first question, he'll shoot you straight, whatever it is.
I think I can captivate an audience for 7 hours, though.
Maybe. I mean, I think you'll. What can 7 hours? What are you gonna? I mean, how much could you talk about?
This is like, that movie Van Wilder?
I know of it. I get a lot of crap, but I've never seen it.
It's based on Bert Kreischer's life, and he's this party animal famed thing. I feel like your father is the AARP version of this. Like, it wasn't in college for him. It was like, I don't
My
know.
dad is Kramer. He doesn't work. He falls ass backwards into money. He golfs all the time. And well, the only difference is he's married. My dad. I don't think
Yes.
Kramer ever got married.
I don't think Kramer got married either, but I mean, he's terribly interesting, and he needs to be examined.
Studied.
He needs to be showcased.
Okay.
Yeah. So I haven't spoken to him about it. This is the first time mentioning it to you.
I think we should have all three of our fathers on one pod. Like, just let them sit in for us one day.
How funny would that be if people
Your
tuned
dad,
in
my dad, and Jsabs' dad.
and it was just all of our dads?
Let them just have the microphone for an hour, hour and a half, whatever they want to talk about.
It would be the worst show. I mean, I'd watch the shit out of it, but nobody else would care.
I think people would care.
Maybe.
And then we'll do one with our moms. And they could talk about whatever.
Which one would be more interesting? I don't know.
I think my mom is, and your mom especially. I'm not. I know Janine's mom. I know her, but I don't know her as well as your or my mom. So our moms are very overly sweet.
Yeah.
So they won't get into like, they'll be very polite to each other, which is great. I'm sure Janine's mom will be the same, but I don't think they'll be as groundbreaking, questions that you'd think would happen. I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah.
I think they'll be very polite to each other, and it'll be how are you? How's Florida? How's everything going? How are you, grandkid? Nobody wants to hear that. We barely want to hear that.
That's true.
All
That's
right.
very true. All right. Let's see here. The Osama house.
Yeah. So who is this now? Is his immediate family or his?
Osama bin Laden's brother, Ibrahim bin Laden, has listed his longtime Bel Air mansion for a whopping $28 million.
That is whopping.
He is the older half brother of Osama and has owned the property for decades since 1983. He purchased the villa for $1.6 million roughly 38 years ago.
And he's been living here in America ever since.
He abandoned the. Let me see. It looks, according to, he hasn't occupied the home since. Take a guess.
2001. Specific date?
September.
Yeah. Where has he been?
I don't know.
Okay.
Similar to when we talked about like Epstein buying Epstein's house. Can you buy?
I don't know. Well, that's tough because he technically didn't do anything.
Yeah,
But I mean, Epstein's house is probably way. I don't know.
Epstein's house is worse if you ask me.
Yeah, because there's a one step removal there from
Yeah,
just because the brother was a giant piece of shit doesn't mean that he is half
right.
brother.
We don't, because at least if you buy this, you can play the card of Osama was the bad one. Nobody was down with that in the like. We don't really know. I guess I don't know. Maybe people know, and I don't know.
I mean, if he was, I don't know where he's been
The
living.
black sheep,
Has he been living
the
in
black
a?
goat, because they have goats in Middle East. Is that what the?
I'm sure there were sheep.
Got it.
I don't know. But yeah, it's. I mean, I'm sure nothing shady. I'm sure there were eyes on that house all the time.
Well, there was
Since
that story that like his whole family, they let his whole family get out of the country
yeah, because I mean, technically,
the next day.
they didn't have allegedly anything to do with it. So
I don't
it's
know.
not
And
like
they have a
who
ton
the
of
hell
money,
knows?
so I don't know if they bought their way out. I don't know what the story is with that. I'm
I
not
don't know
gonna
either.
claim anything.
I didn't do any investigating into the
Yeah,
Bin
neither did
Ladens.
I.
What I know about the Bin Ladens cannot fill this Huang.
I just think it's more interesting of who's gonna buy this thing, and what are they gonna, that's tough. But then
Yeah,
again, it's Bel Air. It's like one of those. It's like West Palm. It's like where Epstein. Like it's a desired. It ain't a big spot, and if you want a house in that area,
that's a big chunk of change too, and it hasn't been occupied for 20 years.
yeah, it looks pretty
I mean,
desolate.
has it been like kept up? Are people, like what's it called? Have people been like fixing it up or cleaning it or whatever?
It looks like there's a pool, so it looks like somebody's like kept up with a pool. That doesn't look like a pool that's been.
Yeah, the grounds are not overgrown. I mean,
Yeah, but look at this one here. See,
oh yeah, that's no
There's,
good.
like, stuff all over the backyard, I guess. Or
That
wherever
doesn't look
that is.
like 20 years of stuff though.
No, it really doesn't. I mean, it doesn't look. I mean, here's another shot of it. Like you can see some overgrown
Yeah, that's true. It
ivy. I
doesn't
guess
look
that
like
is.
20 mil, 28 mil.
Well, it's Bel Air, my man.
I guess.
Shit is expensive there,
In West Philadelphia, where I was born and raised,
right?
on a playground,
Is that where you spent most of your days?
well, chilling out and relaxing and playing b-ball. I don't know. I forget the lyrics.
I heard there were a couple of guys that were up to no good that started
Well,
making trouble in your neighborhood.
my mom didn't like that at all, etc.
You got in one little fight. You can't remember. He's too drunk to remember the rest.
No, I remember.
He's
I'm just
3/4
trying
of a
not.
glass of wine in.
I'm trying not to spit it out verbatim. I know the song.
All right. Here, wait. Let's switch. This is gonna be a quick switch here, Frankie. See, you ready? Hold on.
One letter. There it is.
All right. People are giving the Obamas shit because they're having a 60th birthday bash for Barack.
You can't have a birthday party.
Barack is having a party. Lots of people. Super spreader events. Barack.
I don't have parties ever in Mar-a-Lago. Oh, wait.
His estate in Martha's Vineyard, $11.75 million.
It's a hefty chunk of change.
Pays to
Martha's
be president.
Vineyard, where they filmed Jaws. Nice.
Yeah. They purchased the 29-acre estate in December of 2019. They are now having a 475 named guest list for his 60th birthday party.
Okay. Are they all vaccinated?
The party will also be staffed by 200. Do you need a person for every two people at a party? That seems like a lot.
Well, let's see. You got a good chunk of valets. I don't think you need a person for every two people.
Despite the fact that the outdoor Massachusetts party requires vaccinations,
Aha.
the get-together has been criticized for assembling a large number of people during the pandemic. One thing's for sure. Let me see here. They'll have
The
plenty
gatherings
of,
are all right now. You can gather.
You can technically gather now, but I think people are complaining because liberals complain all the time about the
God,
gatherings.
everybody.
Now he has a
Everybody just,
liberal president.
Give me another glass of wine here.
So what's funny is like all the conservatives will like, see you guys are doing it too, and then all the Democrats were like, "Fuck you, talk, look at this Trump rally."
The rallies, yeah. Nobody says shit about that. Thank you. A little more vino.
What's more discombobulated, my internet connection or your drinking?
Oh, my drinking is very bobulated.
What do you think? You okay to have a?
Thank you.
Supposedly Pearl Jam's playing.
Hey, am I going?
I am on the
dogs
I'm on the
fine.
conservative side of this. I'm with the conservatives on this one. Fuck him and his party. And I'm saying that primarily because I didn't get invited.
Yeah, I mean Martha's Vineyard, Pearl Jam.
I'm right here. I can make it.
I didn't get the invite. Maybe it's in the mail. I don't know. I didn't get it either, though.
Fucking bullshit.
That is bullshit. I'd make
With
the
his
trip.
long spaces and his cream suits.
Let's
Go
be
fuck
clear.
himself for not inviting me.
Let's be clear. I didn't invite you. I don't like you. I don't know how to. I can't do an Obama.
Just having a party. You know, just Michelle and kids.
Got
Oh,
kids.
party.
200 people working. And then I got to be vaccinated.
I was not invited to Barack's party. My invitation must have got lost in his emails.
Find the emails. They're there. My invitation. It's ridiculous. I can't with anybody anymore. What's next?
You are such an angry drunk. I'm telling you. This show is only going to get better.
I'm very
and better.
happy when I'm drunk. I'm a happy drunk.
All right. I think this is a clickbait story.
Cool.
Because it was like, oh, Ashton Kutcher say they don't believe in bathing their kids or themselves too much. They
Or
were
themselves
on,
either.
They were on Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert, great podcast. Shepard said that he used soap every day, rids the body of his natural oils. Kutcher and Kunis agreed. They say they only wash the vitals every day. And that they basically
Bunch
said
of
like
images just popped in everyone's head. Go ahead.
they said that if you can't see dirt on them, if you can see dirt on them, clean them. Otherwise, there's no point.
Here's my thing.
Wait, Kutcher says he washes his armpits and his crotch daily and nothing else ever.
I feel while you're there, I mean, in the shower, you got to be in the shower to do that, right?
Yeah.
While you're there, just what is it, an extra 2 minutes? Just go to town and then get out. You're
Run that
done.
soap everywhere. Yeah, I
One of
agree with you.
these, you're there. It's not, you got to go back in another. You're in the shop. Might as well kick the whole thing in for a tune-up.
Might as well change the oil.
While I'm here, change out the air filter. I know that's a rip-off, but change it out. Fill up all my fluids.
By the way, never, ever change the air filter.
I feel like most of the time, you take that air filter and you give it a good shake in the garbage pail.
You're fine.
It's probably fine.
Yeah. I got a new air filter once. Took my car for an oil change right after. And the guy goes, I know you have a kind of new air filter in there, but the computer's telling me you should change. I said, get the fuck out of my
The
face.
computer's wrong,
Yeah,
asshole.
stop it. Like, know when not to push the air filter bit, okay? This was one of those times. Fucking
Air
filters.
filter. What?
He's
I
like,
mean,
he goes, this is what you're breathing in. I go, and? So what?
Yeah. I step outside my car. I'm breathing it.
Breathing it all in anyway. Fuck face.
Air filter. I want it literally. Can I see that, please? And then just can't put it back in. Thank you.
Although I will say, I changed the air filters in the house, and I sprung for the virus-catching air filters, which are more expensive, and like those are 11s. Like you go by numbers. We used to buy like 6s around here. We bought the 11s this time around because I'm like,
You do anything less than an 8, you don't care about your family.
exactly. That's
You
exactly.
piece of crap.
Yeah. If you're doing an 8, you might as well just shove COVID in your children's face because
That's
you're a
it.
piece of shit.
You're a jerk.
I agree. Thanks,
I don't
Frank.
even know what the numbers mean, but go ahead.
You know what? Drunk Frank makes more sense. If I could be honest with you,
It's Monday too, baby. We got a lot more week to go.
a little bit more violent, but makes a lot more.
No violence. No, never. Never a violent person.
Here's a revelation that my wife brought to my life. I used to shower like when I shower every day,
Hmm.
and every shower I would shampoo the hair. That's not good.
That's not good.
No.
Why not?
Do you shampoo every shower?
Every shower, yeah.
Not good. Kills the oils, like Ashton and
So
Mila
what's wrong?
say.
Why? What do we need the oils for?
Like I was dry, I was noticing like a little bit of a dry scalp thing, and she goes, "Do you shampoo your hair like a lot?" I go, "Every shower." She's like, "Stop doing that." So
I
now,
have to, or else I am one of those that I get so greasy. Like I'm Italian, so I could say this. I'm a huge grease ball. I get out of the if I don't do my hair when I come out of the shower in 15 minutes, my hair is flat and greasy. I look like I just took like pomade and just went like that.
you smell
Or
like garlic.
I smell like garlic, and I have to shampoo my hair, or else it's like this thin. I get that thin look, that thin greasy.
Yeah,
I can't like that comb over. You know when someone's really bald and they do that thin. Remember the landlord in Seinfeld, the one with the fur coat.
yeah.
I look like him if I don't shampoo the hair. That greasy thin hair. I can't. I have to shampoo it.
So listen, maybe they have a point here with this. Like maybe here's the thing. I've done the crotch and pit shower. If I'm in a rush, or if it's like
No, I got. There's time stops when I'm in the shower. I could be in there for days.
like if
Uh,
I showered at like 5 o'clock, at night, and then got up the next morning and just needed a little refresher, I'll do the pit and crotch and go.
no, I mean again, as long as you're in the shower, why not just hit all points of interest?
I don't know if you're in a hurry. I do like 99% of the time I do, but I will do a crotch and pit run if I
No,
have to, if I'm under time constraint.
no. Either I do it all or nothing.
Like when a
I'll skip the shower
when
before
a
I do it.
sporting event ends and they're like, due to time constraints, we fast forward in this episode of I Love Lucy, and it's like that's kind of like what I do in the shower.
Yeah, but who's waiting for you? Honestly,
A
take
lot
a
of people are
shower. Take a
waiting.
full shower. I'd rather skip the shower than half-ass my shower.
My kids said to me, because we went a couple places this weekend, and they said to me twice, they're like, you take a long time to get ready. Like my son sat me down. He was like, listen, it's a little
Smart
long.
kid. He's a smart kid.
Yeah, he's like,
You've
we
been
got
late on our again. We've known each other around 30 years. You've been late for almost every. I think before you were married, more. I think your wife reined you in a lot, but before you were married, you were late for almost anything.
yeah,
And especially my wedding, you were not late because my mom put the fear of God into you and said, "If you're late, I will strangle you."
this is true. Also, everybody lied to me and told me the wedding was an hour earlier. So technically, I was
That's
late,
true.
but I was on time.
We did do that. I
Yeah,
forgot about that.
yeah. Frank's giving you
Amazing.
credit for quote unquote reining me in with how late I've been. I'm not late anymore
You
because of
keep
you.
him on track, on time. Because if we're up to him, he'd be 2 hours late to everything we do.
My wife just brought up a good point. I don't do anything anymore. I literally am responsible for myself, and she's responsible for three human beings, herself and the two kids.
Yeah, but before you were married, you weren't responsible for anybody too. But
Right. Nothing has changed.
nothing's changed for you, except she gets you out of the house on time.
She revs the
Before
motor a
her,
little bit more. Yeah.
before she was around in the picture, you were off on your own. You were calling the shots. You were setting the schedule, and it was a flawed system. But she reined you in. She got that clock running
Yeah.
right.
My wife too has a thing. Let me tell you one of the things about my wife. Give you one of her things. I could leave the house for the first time around 3 or 4 o'clock if I have to. Like if we just got to go pick up. Like say we have to. Let's say one thing needs to be picked up. I could leave at 2, 3. No problem. My
Okay.
wife has to be out of the house by like 9 o'clock in the morning.
What do you mean? Like if it has to be if the deadline is 3 o'clock, you'll go at like 2:30.
Not even deadline. Let's just say it's Saturday and I got to go pick up whatever. Got to go pick up the thing from the store. I'll do whatever and be like, all right, yeah, I'll go around 3 o'clock or whatever. Who cares? If my wife is leaving the house, it has to be in the morning.
First thing.
It has to be close to first thing. Yeah. Yeah. She won't
It's
like
kind of
shoot out
healthy
at
though.
6 a.m., but it's like If we're gonna leave and go somewhere, she wants to be out of the house by 9, 10 o'clock, not 2 o'clock.
I'm the same way as you. I put it off. I procrastinate. If I want to if we have something to do, we have to go shopping or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'll wait till later in the day. But same thing. My wife, no, let's get it done early. Let's get it done. That's the healthier way. Our wives got it right.
Why is that healthier?
Because you get up and you kind of, if you don't do it, then you're in the house and you're just kind of lazing about. But once you get going, once you start your day with a task, you're off and running. Like you're probably all your pistons are operating at full speed. No need to change the air filter is what I'm saying. You're running on full steam. You get home, you're ready to do the next thing. In our case, we're not doing the first thing until 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. She's on to the fifth thing.
No, but there is no fifth thing. There's one thing to do today, and it's like, who cares if we do it at 3?
Yeah, but
11?
that thing is hanging over you until you do it.
Nah.
She gets it out of the way, and it's not on her mind anymore.
Nah.
All right. I mean, either way, if you're comfortable with it being at 3 o'clock and you have to, and as you're doing everything else you're doing, whatever it is, you still have that, God, 3 o'clock, I gotta go get that thing. If you get it done at 8 o'clock in the morning, you don't ever have to think about it again.
I wish you knew the pain of moving 2 kids out of a house. You're talking about an extra 45 minutes to an hour and a half just to get that train rolling.
It can't be right, but I know that's right. But there's got to be a better way.
It's brutal.
There's got to be. See, this is where like inventive minds come in. There's got to be a way to do that in a more efficient and quicker way to get the kids out of the house. What is it? Did you say 45 minutes? 2 kids to get them ready to go?
45 minutes if you're lucky. We actually made it out of the house, in like 25 minutes the other day? And I don't know how we did it. We just got so lucky.
So all right, what do you have to do? You gotta get them ready to go in whatever clothes. You gotta pack whatever they need.
Yeah.
What else?
Dressed, packed. They have to go to the bathroom. They have to get their shoes on. They have to put whatever away.
That's 45 minutes?
Turn off the TV.
That's
brush
a second.
their teeth. You have
That's
to get
a minute.
ready.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to get dressed. Then they don't want to wear what they're wearing.
Solely the kids, though. That's 45 minutes or less.
What?
Just the kid. Just getting the kids ready. Don't include your stuff.
No,
How
you
long
have
is
to
that?
include your stuff.
No. What's just the kid stuff? Is that 30 minutes?
Okay, if we take ourselves out of the equation, we're shaving off 8 minutes.
Okay.
It's mostly running after them.
What if is it like I don't want to. I have a feeling that your wife is the leader when it comes to getting the kids ready and out of the house. And
Why'd you say that so tenderly, like anybody was going to be offended?
All right, I don't know. I'm trying to tiptoe around this, but all right. So if you were just as gung ho as your wife, could you cut that time down to like 20, 25
Are you
minutes?
saying I don't help Frank? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying you're a lazy bastard that puts
of a
off everything
bitch.
to the last second.
All right, let me ask my wife. Frank is asking that if I was as gung-ho as you, would we be able to shave time off of getting out of the house? I don't think so.
Do you hold the system back a little
I don't
bit?
think I hold the system back. I'm going to let my wife respond to all of this. I don't think I hold the system back.
Maybe
But I
not hold
don't-
it back, but you don't help it move forward.
I'm not moving like she is. I think I help sometimes because here's my role in this. This is where Daddy comes in. As she's yelling at them, I'm the closer. You know what I'm saying? I'm the John Franco. Like when it comes down to we got to close the 9th inning, that's when I come in. When the big yelling needs to happen, when the scaring needs to occur, I come in and raise my voice a little bit, act like I'm upset. If it gets really bad, I'll point a finger at them. That seems to really freak them out.
I would be more scared at Cuddles. I feel like she's more intimidating.
No, because she's around them all the time. They start to build up an intolerance. I'll let my wife comment on this. Go ahead, wife.
You're the boogeyman.
Well, I don't think you really could, because what takes so long is like packing the extra clothes to take in case someone has an accident. You don't even know where their underwear are. You don't know where their clothes are.
Could you?
Can
she hear me?
You just can't.
I don't know where my underwear is. Frank wants to say something to you.
Okay. Could you have kind of like a pregnancy bag. You know, when you're pregnant and you have to rush to the hospital, could you have a bag that's
Yeah, I
always
do.
packed and ready to take to when you take the kids out?
Yes, I have that. And it goes between like my bag that I take out and like the beach bag. But there are times where we're going somewhere that I'll need specific differently, like different things. Like I'll need like, oh, that bag has shorts. I need I need pants. Or like I need a hoodie. Or it kind of fluctuates and it changes with the seasons and kind of like what we're doing and where we're going. And then like I always check if there's wipes, hand sanitizers, all different things. And
Man.
he has no idea where anything is. And like I make like a bag with like cold
Aha.
ice packs.
So
with
if he had an
juices.
idea of where things were and he
Yeah,
helped
it would just
pack,
still take too much time, even if he kind of knew where it was, because he wouldn't do it the way that like would make it easier for me. He makes things harder. He's my third child.
well, it'll probably, I don't know, but it'll probably get easier as they get older. You don't have to pack as much stuff. They can pack their own
Yeah,
stuff. They
you know,
bring maybe a
Cece
a school bag or something with their stuff in it.
Yeah, Cece's only 4, so
Right.
accidents can happen. So that's why we
Sure.
have that go bag. But like when they're a little older, I can just leave clothes in the car,
Right.
like
Okay.
permanently. So it's a little harder now.
I got you.
Also, sometimes I shit myself when I'm out. So
You have to account for that too. You got to pack some extra stuff.
Yeah.
I get you.
yeah.
That happens.
Speaking of which, Janine's brother Nick, I was with him on Sunday, and he was telling me how many times he shits himself. It's just far
Shits,
too often.
as in he has no interest in putting a stop to that.
It's current. Yeah, it's
Okay, it's an ongoing situation.
current tense. Was it present tense?
Okay.
That's what I was looking for.
So, how many?
How many times does he shit? He's like shit himself like 3 times in the last few weeks, couple months.
What
Like
is
he'll
that?
go to fart. He just went to Vegas and he shit himself. I don't want to talk too bad
Vegas,
about him.
I could almost forgive because you're probably half in the bag anyway.
Yeah, he was in a foul mood on Sunday and wasn't really talking to me, so I don't know if he was mad at me for something I said on the podcast.
Was he really?
I don't know. He was very standoffish with
That's
me.
unlike him.
Very much so. Very, very much so. I did talk about when he started masturbating, revolving around the death of his grandfather, though, so I could see how that would perturb
Yeah, but he
somebody.
talks about that.
Yeah, to people. We're thousands of people out there.
They don't know who he is, though.
When 50,000 people here, it's a different
They don't know.
fucking thing.
That's true.
I did put his picture on Instagram, though, and be like, this is the guy who, so maybe that, I don't know what the,
I probably didn't.
people are
help your case.
sensitive. You can
Yeah.
never really.
He's the least every time I golf with him, he
He shits himself.
he whips it out and he goes, "Hey Frank," or "Hey guys," and the three, we're in a foursome. The three of us just look over and he's just standing there with it hanging out. I'm like, "What? Why?"
Proud of it.
Uh,
That's one difference between men and women.
I've
Men
seen
are
it
proud
more
of
than
their
mine.
penises. You don't see has a woman ever showed you her vagina and be like, look at this? Yeah, my wife just gave me the disgusted
Big
look.
no. So you can't really. That's not. I feel like the guy can just go. It's a little more easy access.
Yeah, true. Although I will say, if any woman would do it, I would bet that Janine would. If I had to put money on one woman doing that
To another woman.
to another woman, Janine would be
Yeah.
like, hey, ladies.
Check out this situation.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Donald Trump is fundraising, and he is pulling in record numbers for NBC.
You're glitching a little.
Oh.
Give it a sec. It'll come back.
The
Reel it
establishment?
back in.
Is the establishment trying to quiet me down?
I think so. All right, we're good. You're back.
Thanks, buddy. Record numbers
He's
for Donald Trump.
Okay, he's raised record numbers for what purpose? For re-election?
For re-election.
Okay.
Into July, they estimate he's pulled in $102 million.
Isn't he a supposed billionaire, though?
It is an unprecedented amount of money at this stage in an election cycle for a former president.
It isn't even an election cycle. We're not even close to an election.
Yeah. Well, when he was president, he also did this when he was president.
Glitch.
If I stop talking, it'll go faster.
I think the internet just doesn't want you to talk.
I'm going to scream at Optimum.
Nope. You're out again. Gonna scream at Optimum. Okay, so he raised $100 million, give or take. I mean, he's asking for it. It's on his website. I mean, is that the fundraising that's going on? That people are donating to him? Just regular citizens are donating to his?
Yes.
Okay.
But here's the thing. When he won the White House the first time, the next day, he started his reelection campaign. And that was the earliest of any sitting president.
Yeah, because that's all he cared about was being elected again.
Ouch.
You know, it hurts when it's true.
Trump's team said 3.2 million contributors flowed into the former president's political committees during the first 6 months of this year.
See, another thing, like I remember I said I should write a book about changing how everything should be changed. Another thing that I would change is that no president can do 2 consecutive terms, because you spend the last half of your first term running for re-election, and you're not focused on running the country. So if you want to be president again, wonderful. Wait another 4 years.
Yeah, but then you're not going to get anything done.
No, you work for your 4 years. You have 4 years to get stuff done, or maybe you make it 1 6-year term. And if you want to do re-election, that's another 4 years.
I think they should put a cap on elections. You get 6 months to run. That's it.
That's true. That should be. You can't start your campaigning until 6 months before the election.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Elections in November, you get to start in May. Until then,
Love it.
If you mention that you're thinking about running, fired. You're out. Can't run.
That is the best idea. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. No, most presidents, I swear, you know why the first 100 days of a president's office is so focused on? Because that's all the time they have to get anything done. After that, it's all a waste.
It's unbelievable. No, I mean not totally. I mean they get stuff done, but the last year minimum is spent doing rallies and campaigning and debating, and it's like you're spending all this time debating. You still got a country. You're still in office.
Yeah.
You got to run the country. That's every president. I'm not saying anyone in specific, but that's every president has to go through that.
Yeah, basically.
It's unreal.
So $102 million, and he's still running with the stolen election rhetoric. I mean, are you worried at all that that's a lot of firepower?
The money is a lot of money, but I'm not worried about, because I feel like my opinion is that he's not gaining more people believing this bullshit lie that the election was stolen. I think he's losing more people than he's gaining. I don't think he's convincing people that the election was stolen. I think the more he says it, the more people are like, I think this is, as time goes on, I think there are more people, and I'm trying to be as objective here as I can. I think more people are looking at it going, this doesn't, I've seen no proof. I mean, as time goes on, maybe in the beginning, people are like, yeah, maybe. But as time goes on and nothing's been shown, you can't help but go, well, there's no proof. You haven't shown me anything. Where's the proof that it was stolen and this whole thing was rigged? There's nothing. I haven't seen anything. If it's there, fine. Show it to me. I mean, and they're talking about what, August 14th, was it?
I think so, something like that.
Yeah. If they had it, especially if Trump had it, he'd have his own rally and he'd announce it himself. That's what I think.
I saw one of the most crazy, embarrassing things yesterday. We're driving in the car on the LIE, and I see, when traffic starts to build up and they're all going around the slow person.
Right.
The right lane. Pickup truck? It was a pickup truck? It was a weird half pickup truck thing. I don't know what it was. 5 huge flags on the back of the truck. 5. Okay. Now I'm coming up to it fully expecting to see a Trump flag. Not one Trump flag on the truck. What was on the truck was a mix of American flags. One for the silent majority. What was it? What the fuck is it? Loud Majority, which is a Trump supporting organization. 2 of the flags were for Representative Lee Zeldin, who's a congressperson here on Long Island. This is the lowest this country has ever been. In no
What?
way, shape, or form should anybody be showing any form of excitement for a fucking congressperson.
They're doing it. It's like it's a sports team. Stop it. They're not.
It's
They're just.
insane.
They're not. These heroes. I mean, unless they do something huge, unless they're at Martin Luther King level. I mean, what are we rooting? They're all.
Yeah, but he wasn't a politician. That was a
No, he
civil
was
rights,
not. I'm just saying that's the level that I would want. That I would say, hang all the flag. The flags are.
Yeah.
You want to hang a
my
flag for
feeling on
someone.
this.
It's that.
Nobody should be proud of any politician this much.
Agreed.
As much adoration as Trump is getting, as much adoration as Biden is getting for being the not Trump guy, it's all disgusting to me. But to fucking too flat for a fucking congressperson.
What if the congressperson is driving that car?
I mean, first of all, the congressperson's family doesn't even have that many flags. I'm surprised they even made 2 flags with this guy's fucking name on it. It's ridiculous.
They were the sample flags. That's probably the guy. The guy was probably advertising
wants to be governor?
his flag making business.
My wife just said he wants to be governor. All right, look, if he's going to be, yeah, that's fine. But I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not shitting on the guy. I'm shitting on the guy who's dedicated 30% of his truck flags to a fucking congressperson. I mean, what's next? The class president in your kid's school? What the fuck are we doing?
There's a flag for everything. Not only a flag, but a lawn sign. I mean, class of this. You know how many class of 2021 signs are on the lawns? It's like, all right.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Nah, screw them all.
A congressperson.
Congressperson. What do we do? Why don't we put out flags for assemblymen and
I'm not talking about a lawn sign. You want to rock a lawn sign for a couple days around election time, God bless you. If you want to do that to your lawn, great. Fantastic. But it's August. We're not near any elections.
Yeah, that flag is not going to influence me in any way, shape, or form. I don't know what. If only we had more flags, then we would have been elected.
This November is not even a midterm, right? It's next November.
Next.
What the fuck are you doing? You could have. Listen. I've accepted.
What if that person is the publicist for that guy?
In that beat up truck? I don't think so. Like, he wasn't doing anybody any favors.
Okay.
He wasn't. I wasn't. Nobody's looking at those flags going, we should check out his Lee Zeldin and see what his platform
Yeah,
is.
flags don't do anything. I'm sorry.
Not on a beat up old pickup truck.
No, I mean, I've never seen a flag and go, you know what? One more flag and you would have had me. No,
I mean,
they don't. I mean,
if that was if that was a Democrat flag, I would have told that person they need
Agreed.
to get help. It was a Republican. I could only assume they were for the Second Amendment, and he probably had a gun, so that's why I didn't bother tackling him or anything. But I did give him a look of judgment as we drove on by. I think everybody did.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude.
I've accepted the Trump and Biden stuff. It's the president. Okay, fine. All right. I get it a little bit. I'm still annoyed by all of it, but I get it. But a lowly congressperson who he hasn't really done shit. I don't get it. I don't even get where he got a flag like that.
He had to have made it himself. Unless the guy has his own website and he's selling them.
Maybe. I don't know. But it was disgusting.
Must be a relative of the guy, a friend of the guy. I wouldn't hang your flag. If you were running for anything, I don't think I'd put a flag on my car.
Agreed.
There's no way.
Agreed.
I might vote for you, maybe. But I'm not putting a flag.
In the grand scheme of or horrible moments in our country's history, the Civil War here and Sunday, August 1st. Okay, that's where we're at.
Sunday, August 1st.
When I saw this guy's fucking flag truck for
got it.
For Zeldin. Gotta be shitting me.
Yeah, the fight for civil rights, and then this guy's flags.
I mean, what's next? Are we gonna put flags on our trucks for the mail carriers?
Ooh,
way to go, mail carrier Stevens. She does a great job.
Mail carrier, and I would support my mail carrier all the way to the end.
I'm not.
And if you say one bad thing about him, I will kick your ass, and I will put every flag on my car.
I got nothing against mail carriers, but a fucking flag, like, stop it already. It doesn't make any sense. Flag of a country, flag of a team. That's it. Stop with the flags.
I don't know. There's a flag for everything. There should be a limit to how many flags we could have. This is too many flags.
It's too many fucking flags.
You want to put a bumper sticker on? Great.
And they're
But
whipping in the
flags-
back of the thing. I don't even know what kind of gas mileage that guy's getting. The
Oh, this-
resistance on these things is ridiculous.
And then they complain the gas is the price is too high. Well, take some of the flags off, and you'll go a little farther.
Well, it is too high. I'd like to get Trump back in to fix the gas problem. That'd be nice.
Did he have a problem with the gas?
Well, he did a better job with the gas than the
I
car
don't think
guys
he
do.
did. I could argue with you.
Paying
on
like
that, but
$3.50
okay.
a gallon over here.
Yeah, but that's what happens when COVID gets fixed and the demand for gas is a little higher because everybody's driving around.
All right, listen here.
But hey, you want to keep going? We'll keep going.
Molson
You want to get
Coors.
nuts? Let's get nuts.
Molson Coors is getting rid of some of their beer brands.
Okay.
We're saying goodbye to some brands that kind of like I don't know. I'm nostalgic for
Which ones?
beer brands. All right, Milwaukee's Best Premium. Not Milwaukee's Best Light or Milwaukee's Best Ice.
was wrong
Milwaukee's
with
Best
premium?
Premium.
They're just trimming the fat, I guess.
Yeah. Nobody wants premium anymore. This is what happens when you start putting Congress people's flags on the back of your truck. You no longer want a premium world. You just light
You're
is
settling.
high.
You're settling.
Yeah, let's just go with mediocre beer. I mean, Milwaukee's Best is mediocre to begin with. Now we can't even get a premium version of the fucking mediocre beer.
When you spend all your money on flags, you don't have enough for the premium.
Disgusting. We're losing Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor. So now
Damn it.
this, I feel like Disney probably was working on this for a while with them. Like, could we do me a favor and get rid of the Mickey's Malt Liquor Ice? That'd be great.
Big Mickey coming out of the
Yeah.
gates. Yeah. What else?
This is a big blow. There's a couple of, I'm not going to name all of them. There's a couple others. Keystone Ice.
No, I don't
Keystone
think I've
Ice
ever
is
had
a
that.
popular one.
I don't think I've ever had Keystone.
It's got the black and blue packaging.
Oh, yeah, no, I know of it. I just never had it. I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever tried it.
And Miller High Life Light is going.
Ooh, light. All right.
Also, Old English HG 8000. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
That sounds like the beer of the future.
I know what Old English is, though. It's amazing to me that these brands are still around because now, like, I remember, I was big into craft beer when it first really started, like, popping. You used to have to go to, like a beer distributor to get good craft beer. Now, good craft beer is at 7-Eleven and the local gas station.
They're everywhere.
So I don't know how these brands are surviving. I don't know who's buying, Natty Ice.
Can't be easy. It's so diluted, the market. There's a million beers. Every time I go somewhere, there's 10 on the list I've never heard of. It's unreal.
But even these cheap beers with their low alcohol like you can spend the same amount to get double the liquor in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. It's
As long as they don't get rid of Blue Moon, I'm a fan of Amstel Light. I know that's not a popular thing. Miller Light,
it's
okay, I
embarrassing.
could go for, but Blue Moon is my favorite because it's sweeter. I like the sweeter stuff. But I'm not a huge beer guy. I'm not. On a hot day, sure, but I don't clamor for beer. I'm like, not all crazy for beer. I'd rather have a mixed drink or some kind of cocktail or something. Beer just doesn't really, do it for me every time.
I tell you, there are some stereotypes and life lessons that are really true. And one of them is the older you get, the less you like. The older I get, I can't drink beer anymore.
Well, it's not that I can't. I just don't. I don't like the taste. It's just not like.
Oh, I love the taste.
You know what? Because I think a big problem for me is when I drink soda, I like to put ice in it, right out of the can, or have ice in it. If I have a thing of soda with no ice, it's too carbonated, and I'm like, it's not. I like to water it down a little with the ice. I've never had beer. Like, maybe if I put ice in my beer. Does anybody ever do that?
Yeah, animals.
Animals. Maybe if I drank like an animal, I'd be all right. But I don't know. The beer just doesn't do it. It doesn't quench my thirst.
Oh yeah.
No, I'd rather have a soda or like an iced tea or something, lemonade, something that'll quench my thirst. Even water if I'm playing a sport. But beer doesn't quench my thirst.
We took the kids to their first baseball game Saturday.
How'd it
got a
go?
ice cold beer, bag of peanuts,
$17.
77 degrees outside. No, it wasn't. How much for the beers? I don't even know. It was a minor league game. We took them to a minor league game.
Oh, $9.
You can't take kids to a. It's so funny. My wife, she goes, "We should take them to a Met game." I go, "Yeah, Matt. Let's
Easy.
go with this thing first." And then, like halfway through, when they had watched a grand total of 6 pitches, she was like, "Yeah, this was a good idea. Taking them
Yeah,
to the.
don't take them to the Mets.
They can't handle the Met game. Yeah.
No.
This is like
Although it is a little more exciting.
for us, yeah. But this was like they were the food. They had bouncy. They had a bouncy house.
That's all right. Yeah, the minor leagues put a little more effort
Yeah.
into entertainment.
It's for the kids. The baseball's there for the adults. The kids are there for the cotton
I'm
candy.
telling you, yeah. If you objectively sat down and watched a baseball game, especially as a kid, it's like give it the last few innings, but it takes a while to get into it.
A long time.
You know,
But salty peanuts and an ice cold beer on a summer night like that, sitting outside, oh, the best.
I'd rather have a giant Coca-Cola.
Oh,
Ugh.
Coca-Cola. Yeah, but then you're
the
not
best.
buzzed at the end of the day. What's the point?
Throw a little vodka in there, or a little Jack.
You're just
Good.
one step closer to diabetes.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm telling you, I'd rather have a soda or an iced tea, something that'll really quench my thirst and hydrate me. Beer doesn't do it. I can't drink a million. I have 1 or 2 beers. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
See,
It
now,
it doesn't do it for me
the older I get, though, I want to drink bourbon and scotch and
because you're ridiculous.
turn into an old man. Turn into the old man that I am. Disgustingly old.
I like mixed drinks. I like cocktails. Stuff like
I
that.
like a margarita. I like stuff like that.
Margarita is great.
I like a Manhattan and an old fashioned, but I will just ask my wife, God's honest truth. My dream night, sitting outside in the backyard, looking at the water, cigar, and a small sipping glass of like a good bourbon or something like that.
You lost me at cigar. Cigar is just you're outside. You're outside, fresh air, the grass, the water, the beautiful sky, a nice breeze, and you light a cigar.
Oh, I love it.
You might as well set a tire on fire next to you. What are you doing? You're ruining all the fresh air that's around you, the nice breeze, and you're sucking in cigar smoke. That's like the worst smell I could. If I had a list of the worst smells I could add to a nice, beautiful night.
No, you don't like the aroma of a cigar?
Ugh,
Come on.
it's the worst.
Oh, it's the best.
It's disgusting. If I could, there's a million other smells I'd rather have outside. Put every natural smell out there first, then we'll talk about anything.
Horse shit? You rather do horse
I'd
shit?
rather smell horse shit.
That's
because at least
crazy.
it's nature.
This is an insane take. This is worse
You're
than
an
your
insane
LaGuardia take. This is worse than LaGuardia.
Cigars are a disgusting smell that you intentionally invite into. It's just so gross. I could understand. If it smelled nice. It had a nice aroma. It smelled
does.
like jasmine. It smelled
Tastes
like
great.
It's disgusting. It smells like burnt, leathery grossness. It's just gross. There's a bad smell. I'm sorry. You're never going to convince me that a cigar smells good. Whenever I'm around a cigar, I feel like I'm going to throw up. It's so disgusting. Cigars, cigarettes, anything like that. I will never, in all of my days, understand people's attraction to that smell. I'd rather smell almost anything else. Almost. Vomit is maybe below that, but I can't smell vomit. That's just, I can't. But cigars, cigarettes, it's just disgusting. That's my take. It's my personal preference. I'm sure there are people out there that will enjoy it. I don't understand that. I'm not trying to understand it. You have your own thing. But it's just, to me, I'd rather smell a nice night on if there's water, you smell the nice sea breeze, the ocean, or whatever's out there, the grass, the trees, and then you light a cigar. What are you you're ruining it. No?
I guess I should have told you before the show that cigars.com was coming on board as a new sponsor. Now, I don't know if we're going to salvage this relationship.
Might have to cut this segment out when we present to them.
Hide this one. Forget this. Forget you heard this one. Cigars.com.
No, I will not promote
Uh,
cigars.com. You could promote them. I'm not gonna promote them.
it's not. Well, can't do it now. Not after that little rant. It's National Boob Day.
Boob day. You got
And
the two biggest boobs on the planet right here.
Hi-yo. I found this. It's 2021. Internet's been around for a long time. Whenever you see something new and creative, sometimes it takes me by. Like I'm like, oh, look at. So I'm going to share this with you here. You can see credit Aubrey.
Oh, I've
Andrews.
seen that. Yeah, this is a good one.
You've seen this before?
I have seen this.
It's the word boob,
Yeah.
and they have it split up where the first B, capital B, is the top view of the boob. The O and the O is the front view of the boob, and the lowercase b at the end is the side view of the boob. I thought that was pretty ingenious.
It's arguably the perfect word.
It's as far as describing the object that it describes. Yes,
There should be a name for it. Like there's what's the name? There's a name for the words that like sound like what they are.
right.
I
What
forget
is
that
that?
word.
What do you call it when there's a word D that sounds like what it's describing? Like thwack.
Right. Like it makes the sound, but the word itself sounds like the thing.
Yeah,
Oh, what is that called?
I don't know what
My
you
wife
call
would
that.
know it right off the top of her head if I could.
Well, where the hell is she?
She's in the other room. Let me text her. What's the word called when
You cannot handle
sounds
your
like
alcohol
the
at all.
word? No, I can't. But I have to. What is that called? Anyway, there should be a word where the word looks like what you're trying to describe, and this is the perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of any other word that does that, but this is a good one.
Well, you know what? You emptied yourself out with the cigar hate. That's you lost all your creative juices in that.
Never. Cigar hate was brewing for a long time. That was not spur of the moment.
I'm not going to bring up cigar or Donald Trump on this podcast anymore.
You know, it's I just don't understand cigars. I don't. I did just if they smelled good, maybe I could understand it.
They
But they just don't
taste
smell
great.
good.
They taste
But
great.
you're breathing in the smoke. What do they taste like? They have to taste like what you're smelling.
It's relaxing.
It's not. I'm coughing on it. It's choking. It's a gross smell. And then after you leave that area, you stink like it. You smell like that cigar.
I
You
will
just
say
smell
that's the
gross.
one thing I don't like is I like sometimes I'll wake up the next morning and I got that cigar smell on me and I don't
Which is
like
what that smell that you're smelling in the morning
that. Yeah.
is what I can't. That's the smell that I smell constantly when there's a cigar in the area. It's just this disgusting smell. I never. The person who came up with marketing cigars and cigarettes is a genius. Is terrible because it's such a gross and addictive and just a harmful product. But the fact that they were able to market and sell something that smells so disgusting on such a huge scale is boggles my mind. I
right.
don't get it. Anyway, boobs.
All right. So it's Boob Day, and now it's last topic here, Kanye's crib.
Kanye's crib. There it
See what I
is.
did there with the case?
I don't get it. Very good. Kanye's crib. There it is. That's where he's been spending his time because of the album he's working on.
Yeah, he's making the album in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and this is where he's staying.
They couldn't set him up a little better than that.
I don't know. And he's wearing this thing over his head, and he's dressed. He looks like Elf on the Shelf in rap version.
Has anybody checked in on him? I feel like we need to check in on this guy a little more often. He's clearly something's going on there. I get if it's a publicity stunt, I get it, fine. But every now and then he does some weird stuff like this. Like where he's living. I mean, all right, you want to do your album, maybe you get a hotel that's very close, or maybe. I mean, I'm sure there's an office or a suite that has a better setup than this.
I have a theory. This is all marketing. I don't think he's really staying there.
You don't think he's sleeping in there?
No.
He's
I
got a
think this
suitcase, and the suitcase is open.
I think this is BS. I mean, I think he's a marketing genius. He has been most of his career.
Right.
And I just think that he's like, oh, because he took this picture, he put it out, I just think it's like this crazy thing to. And by the way, I'm not saying that as a bad thing. Like, you look at what the Beatles did for Sergeant Pepper, and you know,
Yeah, but
Pet
if you're,
Sounds. Again, all the great concept albums, or whatever.
I
You
get it. I
drum
get
up
it.
some excitement.
But is he a billionaire? I think he's a billionaire, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you're a billionaire, you can't, I don't know, get something a little bigger maybe, or put a fridge in there. I don't know. This seems very, very minimal, and maybe that's what he's going for. Maybe that's the theme of the album. I don't know what maybe there's a method to this madness. I'm sure if he put out a huge thing, like I'm staying in this gigantic thing, it wouldn't gain as much traction as something like this. So maybe he's on the right track here, in terms of publicity. So that makes a little sense there. I kind of get that. But you think you'd want to be a little more comfortable? I don't know.
He's staying at a fucking Waldorf.
Yeah, right? He's down the road.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, where are all his producers and stuff staying,
Yeah. I think he's making the album there. I just don't think he's actually sleeping in this room.
Maybe once in a while. Like if he's in the middle of recording, he's doing like a 12-hour day, maybe he'll take a nap in here.
Maybe to take a nap.
You don't think he's spending every night, goes to bed, wakes up there? You
No,
don't think that's happening?
I do not think that is happening.
All right.
Not one bit. I am. But by the way, though, like, here's the thing with marketing, and people like always complain. They're like, "Oh, this guy, this or whatever." They complain about this stuff. This shit works. Aren't you curious to like hear this new record now? I'm kind of curious to see what this nut bar is turning out.
Yeah, I mean, it could be good. Who knows? I mean, this is post Kim album, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
maybe he's going back a little bit to his single days and churning out something, from his old days. Who knows? I don't know what this is going to be. When is this coming out, this album?
Who knows? I have no idea.
Could be out already, for all I know.
It could be. Who the hell would know? Yeah.
No clue. But hey, maybe it'll be a success for him. I hope it is. But which stadium is this again?
Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta, where the Falcons play.
Got it. All right. I mean, this is what everybody has their methods. This is maybe his preferred style. He wants to do it this way. You want to get into the right mindset when you're writing an album. I can appreciate that. I don't.
Yeah, I wish I had time to like the time that you get when you're making a record.
Oh, I would love that.
You imagine?
If someone said you're off, you don't have to work for 6 months.
Yeah.
Go make an album. And here's your studio. Here's all the equipment you'll need, all the instruments. I would love it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, I'll make 2 albums. I don't care. I'll just keep going. I'll just
Could you imagine somebody going, "You have 6 months to do this. Just whatever it is. Here's 6 months to do it." I'd be like, "It's amazing."
Yeah.
At most, I get 45 minutes to do anything. That's the most time I'm allotted these days. 45 minutes.
I got to tell you, I kind of squandered the lockdown. I could have gotten some stuff done. Didn't really get a lot of it done. I was home. Home a lot. Didn't have to do the traveling. What? What'd I say?
No, go ahead. I love what you're saying right now.
No, am I? There's stuff I could have done while we were home, locked down in the house. There was stuff I wanted to do, and I just
People
never
lost
did it.
weight. They kicked alcohol. They got healthier. They cleaned out the garage.
We did some stuff. I'm not saying we didn't do anything.
You did
but-
nothing.
No, we did stuff. We
What'd you do?
we got the yard fixed up nice. We did a nice patio.
Okay.
We did a lot of stuff.
All right,
We
so you
didn't
did
do
some
nothing.
stuff.
But there was one project I wanted to do, and I never got around to doing it, and I kind of regret.
Is that to buying a T-shirt that didn't have a Metallica logo on it?
I did buy one. This says Tabasco sauce on it.
Let me revise. Buying a T-shirt that didn't come from. Fuck! I forgot the name of the store. I was gonna say Sharper Image. What's that? What's the shirt store in the mall? Spencer's Gifts.
Nice try.
Fuck! That would have been so great.
Good
Damn
try.
it.
we can't all be on our top of our game every
No, we really can't.
But listen, from what I hear, there's another, lockdown coming up. So maybe I'll get it done. Who knows?
Can I reveal this about you?
No.
Something that annoyed me.
How do I know what it is? I don't know what it is. And how are you going to ask me if you could reveal it?
No, I'm gonna say it anyway.
Okay.
I texted Frank on Saturday. I needed something from Frank. I texted Frank on a Saturday. 10 minutes, 20 minutes go by, half hour goes by. I'm like, I bet you this son of a bitch is sleeping. So I texted, which I never really do. I don't bother your wife. I don't bother most. I feel like there's a group of friends that we're all I'm friendly with the wives, but I'll never really text one of the girls, really. It's very rare.
Right.
I texted your wife. I was like, do you have this thing that I need? And she was like, no problem. And I go, yeah, I had the feeling. And she answered me like that. And
To be fair,
your husband must be sleeping. You were taking a nap at 11:30 on a Saturday.
to be fair, I worked that morning. I just got back from work.
Did you?
I did.
Would you
And
have
I
a
took
shift?
a nap, had a shift,
Okay.
and I came home. I was napping like an
didn't
hour and a
know
half, 2 hours.
I didn't know
took a
you
nap.
were on the air. Now, what
I
was so
was.
exhausting? Were you pressing a button with your numb finger? Is
Honestly,
that what tired you out?
my numb finger is still numb. Mm-hmm. But honestly, what tires me, it's the drive out to the radio station. It's like a 45-minute drive. It's a pain in the ass, but I do it because I love it. And it's, it's work. I'm there if I'm not, it's not like I'm not doing anything. Mm-hmm. But, I drove out there. I did my work. I came home. And I had nothing to do, so I just laid in bed. I put on some TV, and I fell asleep for a couple hours, 2 hours. And I got up.
How many hours did you work for?
This is Saturday. I don't know. Not many. It wasn't many. It wasn't many.
And
But
by work, let's clarify. You were on the air, so you were saying work was Shania Twain's coming to tour.
see, it's mental work.
Check
First of all,
ShaniaTwain.com. Here's
it was the
Shania
oldies
Twain.
oldies station, not the
I'm
country
sorry.
station.
The Beach Boys are touring again. Check beachboys.com for more info.
First of all,
That was the work you're talking about? Some people are digging ditches that watch this show, okay? That's real work.
and they're allowed to nap when they have the time. I'm not begrudging anybody a nap. A nap on a Saturday. My favorite nap.
I fucking hate you. My favorite nap. Go ahead.
If you
When was
could
the
take
last
a
time
nap-
you took a nap.
If you could take a nap for however long you want, whatever it is, if it's 20 minutes, if it's 2 hours, whatever it is, the absolute best time to nap in the whole week, in all 7 days, is Saturday at 1 or 2 o'clock. You start your nap, because let's say you nap for an hour. You have your morning. You do whatever you're doing in the morning. 1 o'clock comes. You pass out for an hour, hour and a half. You get up, you got the rest of the day, and then you got Sunday. It's a beautiful time to nap because it's just it almost makes a 2-day weekend into a 3-day weekend. That's my opinion. If you're gonna nap, if you have to schedule a nap, midday Saturday is the best time.
You're going to be found dead in your trunk, and it's going to be a parent that does it. That's what it is.
Listen, some
A parent of 3 kids is going to murder you for this.
My wife and I have chosen to be dog parents, and that's it. Well, it's our choice. Everybody's entitled to their choice.
You're philosophically explaining the dynamics behind a Saturday nap.
If you're an adult that can take a nap,
After a week of working,
I work all week. Shut up. I work all week. I work 9 to 5 every week. I do stuff. I do this.
isn't that a classic from the Beach Boys?
I do this 3 times a week.
Stick around. I got the Rolling Stones coming up. Wait, no, I'm sorry. You answer the phone and take requests, right? So it's this.
You done? I'll wait till you're finished.
Boy, I'm all tuckered out.
First of all, I work 3 jobs, pal. 3. I do my 9 to 5 every week. I do the weekend
Which is also a
stuff,
radio related job. So let's,
both radio,
you know.
and this 3 times a week. So I'm not swimming in this free time that you claim that I am. First of all,
Saturday nap. I would love to know from the audience.
I
When was the
guarantee
last time you got a Saturday nap in?
what do you do on a Saturday? Tell me.
You don't even want to know. You don't
I
even
do.
want to know.
You take care of the kids, or does your wife take care of the kids, or do you do both?
We both. This would be like, remember when the guy who survived the Andrea Doria got the apartment, and then George went in and told his story, and everybody was crying. You would be crying if I told you what really happens on a weekend.
Come on. I'm sure that every now and then your wife will say, "I've got the kids." You close your eyes for an hour or a half an hour.
She does. It's extraordinarily rare, and it's because I'm doing whatever. Most cases, I wind up doing that for her on the
I don't
weekends.
nap every Saturday. This Saturday I happen to have a nap. I don't do it all the time.
Don't make me text your wife.
Go ahead.
Don't make me text.
I don't nap every Saturday. We do stuff. We go out. We do things. We go shopping. We have to take care of the house. We do all sorts of stuff. We don't do softball because we don't have kids, but it's not like we're not doing things.
And by the way, we all know the post-sex afternoon sex nap is the best nap. That's the best.
See, how would you know?
I mean, I remember it from 12 years ago.
There you go.
I do remember it. I do remember
Fond
that.
memories
Having that.
in your journal.
Finally, Frankie C, we have to say happy birthday to our own Jsabs.
She's aged well. 58 is a.
Yes.
She doesn't look 58.
Pictured here. I don't know where
Smoking, drinking, and eating.
Right.
A cake. It looks like a birthday cake.
I don't know where this picture was taken, but
Hey, listen.
that's definitely her.
She's
I think
pulling
that's
it
her.
off. And I ran out of wine. Damn it.
It's either her or the girl from Sunny in Philadelphia. Who could tell them? I don't know.
Close.
It's
They're the
fucking
same
different.
person.
Anyway, she's old, and she couldn't make the podcast tonight because she was celebrating her birthday. I don't even.
By the way, I mean, I know that people on when you posted this on Facebook, there are people in the comments who are like, 58? Really?
Yeah.
She's younger than the two of us.
Well,
In reality.
I'd like to see a birth certificate.
I'll
I'd
do
like to see the long form birth certificate.
She was that born in this century.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I still don't know what the hell accent her dad has. I don't know what that is.
That's a good point. I don't know either.
It's unidentifiable.
I think it's Atlantic Ocean. Is there an Atlantic Ocean accent? Because that's what it is.
I don't know. I wouldn't
If
know.
you were born on the Atlantic Ocean, what would your accent be?
It would be his.
That's it. Because it's somewhere between Europe and American. I don't know what it is.
Well, we posted on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So if you can, write her a happy birthday. Write her a happy birthday in the comments of this. I'm sure she would love to read it. She's one of these people that feels that her birthday is important. So
And yeah, I mean, she gets a lot of gratification out of the happy
Yes.
birthdays.
yeah, loves the birthdays. Loves them.
So a little message, maybe a little hey, wishing you or whatever the hell.
Here's what's sad though. Her birthday is so not important
Right.
because today is also the 40th birthday of, do you know what?
40th birthday. Let's see. Of
40 years ago today, we got,
Metallica.
no.
They're going on 40 years this year. They're 40 years old. God.
It's music related.
1981. What was it?
MTV. MTV went on the air technically August 1st, but still it overshadows her birthday.
That's all right. Yeah. It's all. I mean, it's also National Boob Day. That kind of.
It is also National Boob Day. So right now she's sitting at least third on the list of things
At
that I can
least.
practically care about. And I'm sure if I came up with more, we could drill her farther down the list. But
Is there any music left on MTV?
no,
None, right?
they don't even have music under commercials. They've gotten rid of all of it.
I mean, there are music videos out there. They're all on YouTube, but they're out
They're all
there.
on YouTube. Yeah.
I mean, remember Pop Up Video? I actually liked that show.
Pop up video.
Yeah. Was that VH1 or was that MTV?
Pop up video was VH1.
All right. I liked that show. That was, you get the little factoids in there.
Yeah.
little behind the scenes stuff. I thought that was cool.
I can't remember what they are now, but I remember my favorite one being Love Shack.
What, your favorite pop-up video?
It was yeah. Because
Why?
that's when I remember that's when I learned tin roof rusted means you're pregnant.
Pregnant, yeah.
Yeah, which makes 0 sense, but
It's as big as a wow. That's a good song, man.
I'll never forget what's his name? Fred something. He was eating at a restaurant next to the radio station, and one of the other DJs came back in and he was like, the guy from the B-52s is eating in the thing. And I was like, fuck, I want to go over there, but I have
Get him in here.
I have no excuse to go over there.
You're next to what do you mean? You're next to a radio station? Hey, I'm on the radio. You want to come in? Talk on the radio?
Probably should have, but I think I opted to go home and take a nap.
Okay. See, naps are very alluring. They're good stuff when you can get them.
What time did you start your shift? Was it the 6 o'clock shift?
On Saturday, it was. I got there at 8:30.
Oh my god! I hope something terrible happens to you next time we go there. I hope you get a flat tire. 8:30.
Thank you.
8:30. He's
Hey,
he's
listen.
at home napping by 11.
First of all,
Unbelievable.
that was on a Saturday
I want to
after
die
a
and come back to
5-day
Frank.
after a 5-day work week. So it's not like I only did the Saturday shift and that was the only thing I did all week.
Do you know
I
how
worked.
much bigger this podcast would be if I had your time? Do you know how much bigger?
How much bigger? Tell me.
About a few hundred
yeah,
subscribers
see?
bigger,
Yeah.
but still, it would be bigger.
I don't think it would be.
It would be bigger for
We'd be
sure.
Right where we are.
All right. Happy birthday to Jsabs.
Happy birthday, Jsabs. I toast you, but I think I have a little bit of wine left.
Oh my God, you're so hammered.
Happy birthday, Jsabs.
Do you want to share your favorite Jsabs moment?
No,
Neither do I.
it's a good move.
But I'm looking forward to getting one at least soon.
I'm waiting for it.
I'm hoping she turns the corner.
Favorite Jsabs moment. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Should we both salute at the end of the? Should we?
I'm gonna yawn soon, so and wait.
I was legit playing with my hair last episode. That was so funny.
Well, your
yawning
hair
for
was
the-
like the Amazon.
I
got
know.
a haircut, so that's good.
I know.
But yeah, happy birthday, Jsabs. We kid around, but we missed you this time.
I'm not kidding. I really wish she would take her birthday less seriously. She was like, "I can't tonight."
Yeah, what is that?
It is.
It's my birthday. I can't do the podcast. What?
Right?
What is that?
Who would you rather more spend more time? She must really like her husband. I'm starting to think there's some love there.
And you know, I looked it up. Both of our birthdays, me and you, are on podcast nights. Will we be here?
I'll be here.
I will be here too.
Yeah. Will you be?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I might be napping. I might be doing my birthday nap.
I don't even know when the fuck my birthday is, to be honest with you.
The date?
I told you. Somebody asked me the day, like, how old are you? I was like, I don't know.
Because you don't get asked that question very often, and you have to do a little math. You're like, wait, I was born in, and this is what?
Stop counting around 32. It didn't stop mattering really after that.
I feel like once I hit 50, I'll start counting again.
I got married at 32. That is true. But you really don't. I mean, there's no 18 is exciting. 21 is exciting. And then nobody seems to give a shit until 40.
40 is a big one.
And then I feel like 40 people come back around because then it's like you're starting to get closer to death. Then 40 starts the pity birthdays where it's like you're
gotta
going to die
acknowledge you.
soon. So
Yeah, before something happens.
let's all gather around so you're not as depressed as you should be.
Yikes. We're creeping up on that, on the 40, the big 40.
Well, some of us are. I happen to be the youngest member of this podcast.
That is incorrect. But okay.
Sprite. I'm young and sprightly.
I might be the oldest, but you sure as hell ain't the youngest.
All right, we will leave it there. Appreciate you guys so much for all of the support. I'm sure Jsabs appreciates the comments. I can tell you for certain she will be scanning all of them to see who wished her a happy birthday and who didn't.
In between, sessions. whatever
If
she's
you
doing.
want to stay, what was the sessions? I missed it. Did you make? Were you?
No, I did. I was just coming up with it now. Like, birthday. Meh.
If you want to stay in her
Right.
good graces, for sure, comment and send her a happy birthday. She would absolutely love that. Also, if
Yes.
you want to stay in our good graces, buy a shirt, help support the podcast, and you get some cool swag, some nice threads.
We got some good stuff up there.
Do we have pillows? I don't even know
Pillows?
half of this shit. Oh, we do have
Holy
pillows.
cow, look at that.
Yep.
A nice not now pillow, or that's what she said pillow.
Who
That's
doesn't need a
awesome.
"That's What She Said" pillow in their life?
That's amazing.
That's more valuable than the sink thingy.
And you know what? They look comfortable too. They look nice and soft.
Yes.
Face
I agree.
masks.
We even have a fanny pack.
Oh, get out.
Yeah.
Can I? You think I would be able to rock a fanny pack? You think I
No.
could? I could pull that off? No.
I don't think you could pull. You barely can pull off like good fashion. I don't know about bad.
Yeah,
fashion.
but since I'm in bad fashion anyway, you think that would help or hurt? Or
I
do
don't
nothing?
know. Here's the thing. We were leaving for where were we going? To the baseball game or the party? I don't remember. But we stopped by the Starbucks at our house here, which is like a famous Starbucks because this is where like all like New York comes to go. This is the Starbucks by my house is where New York City stops on their way to the Hamptons to get a coffee.
Okay.
So on the weekends, that place sees like 7,000 people. And I saw this young lady get out of the car, and she literally fashioned a fanny pack around her waist, and I had to actively fight the urge to slam on the gas pedal and mow her down. It was tough.
But here's the thing with fanny packs. I think they've made a slight comeback because of The Rock.
Well, they have, and if The Rock wants to wear one, great. But every hipster in Brooklyn can't just walk around acting like they're fucking cool with a fucking fanny pack.
They're very
First
functional.
of all, and you're running into Starbucks, just grab your card, and you know you ordered on your phone anyway. Just go in there and get your shit and go. You don't have to, I'm going to wear my fanny pack for the people, idiot.
So
and-
you are anti fanny pack.
My wife says it was like a Louis Vuitton, like $500.
Ooh.
Oh, $2,500. Okay.
Louis Vuitton makes fanny packs?
I guess so. But before people judge me, like, oh my God, he would have done that horrible thing. Think about the other hipster that would have been so excited that a new rent control apartment opened up. So
So you're creating opportunities.
6 and 1/2. Thanks for recognizing my contributions to society, Frank.
Do what I can.
I appreciate that.
But I'm a little, I don't know if I am with your anti fanny pack stance. I mean, I think it's due for a comeback.
I just think if comes the day where they're like, how do you plead? And I go, Your Honor, and I hold up a picture of this person, I don't know a jury in this country that would convict me.
All right, but it was a very if you buy a $2,500 fanny pack, you're probably going to want to wear it everywhere.
I can't let it slide.
No,
I
all
don't,
right, that's fine. Hey, it's your own thing.
again, if the Rock is going to do it, I don't love it, but
The Rock could pull it off. I think he's one of the few.
between the fact that he can kick the shit out of me and he's got 50 million Twitter followers, like, somewhere in there, you've gained the right to be a trendsetter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you fucking, live in Flatbush doesn't mean that you can just.
So let me ask you this: if next time we hang out, I'm wearing a fanny pack.
Oh, end of the. If you want to get out of this, that's the quickest way.
That's it.
That's.
All right. Noted.
Some people can do the fanny pack, but this particular young lady.
What was it? What turns you away from like? There are some people that could do it, some people that can't. What's the criteria?
She had a shaved head, short hair, which I don't love.
Like
She looked
like
her
a buzz cut.
like buzzed on the side, that kind of thing. Some women could pull it off. This woman could not.
Uh-huh.
She had clothes on that looked like they had not been cleaned anytime soon.
So maybe she was. Oh, but if she has like clothes like that and a $2,500
It
fanny pack,
looks like she Wikipedia'd hipster and just went out and bought the outfit.
yeah. All right. Well,
And it's not like I don't love our safer Brooklyn neighborhoods these days, but cut that shit out of my area. I can't have it.
so no fanny packs. All right.
It was
But
just,
hey, if you want to
No.
buy a fanny pack at home,
do you want to know what it really was? It's a non-fanny pack situation. Run in there with your credit card or your phone,
it's
get
an
your
NFP.
coffee, and go.
it's an NFPS.
It's a non-fanny pack situation. It's an NFPS.
You gotta watch out for those.
It's your standard NFPS.
What if she's already wearing it?
She
in the
wasn't.
car?
I watched
Right,
her.
but what if she was?
I watched her.
But if she
Put
was,
it on.
if she was already wearing it before she got out of the car,
Who could sit in a fanny pack? You scrunching your skin.
so if you're wearing a fanny pack, you take it off when you get in the car.
It looked like she was uncomfortable and took it off in the car.
See, if I was wearing a fanny pack, I wouldn't take every time I get in and out of the car. I gotta take it off. Nah, see, that's just a hassle.
I don't know. I don't care
like
for it.
All right, I'm telling you, that's the next big comeback.
I'd like to see that fanny pack floating in the East River after she did a nosedive off one of the beautiful New York bridges.
I'll take that.
Then
one
I would say that's okay. That's a fanny pack situation right there.
You want to start again? I'll
Put
give
your
you that
note.
one again. Go ahead.
Put your note in it. No, I don't want to do it again. I hated it the first time.
All right.
All right, that's it. We're out of here. Plenty of a bonus show. There's the Jsabs salute for you. Happy birthday, Jsabs. Got you a fanny pack. I think you're gonna love it.
Oh, that's sweet.
Isn't that nice? Took it off of some girl I hit with my car over the weekend.
It's better than when I got her.
What? Nothing. Yeah. Who's getting gifts?